This is KUGAN CASSIUS Rifle TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. We're in Las Vegas. I've randomly, over the years, bumped into you at the most obscure places. I remember
New York.
New York.
I was watching that yesterday. I was watching that over on the plane.
That's when the Harlem Shake.
First ever Harlem Shake.
Harlem Shake. No one knew what the Harlem Shake was, and we got
one.
involved in it.
First ever one, mate. I was watching it over when I was on the way over on the plane. Just thinking how lucky he was to meet me.
I was like, I'm with Derry. It's great. We're out here. Canelo-Khan. Big fight, Derry. Big fight.
Massive fight. Massive fight. I'm over on holiday with my missus, and just looking forward to being a part of a big show, and I'm lucky enough to get a ringside ticket and be in front row to watch it, and doing a bit of media work out here for BoxNation. As you can see, we're in the media room now, and it's massive. Everyone in the hotel, there's loads of Brits over for the mirror, and fingers crossed he gets the win.
You got to give him some credit. Obviously, everyone was sort of wondering what his next move would be. We knew that there was obviously some talks regarding a Kell Brook fight for the summer, but it come out of the blue.
It did. It's come out of nowhere, and he deserves a lot of credit. But it's about the people of British boxing backing him as well. A lot of them are slating him. A lot of them saying he's going to get knocked out in so many rounds and all that. But I think I'm one of the few who's backed him to win. I think it's going to be a hard night for him. I think he's going to get put over, get up, and then go on and win the fight. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. I think he knows that as well, and the people around him know, and everyone in the world knows it. But I'm convinced that he does the job, and it'll be a great night for British boxing.
What did you make of the weight situation? Obviously, they're fighting at £155 for the middleweight title.
It's a strange one what's happening, and also there's no weight restriction after the weigh-in. Canelo can be whatever weight he wants, so what weight he's going to get into the ring now is going to be big. But at today's press conference, Amir looked big. He looked big standing next to him at the head to head, and then I found out he had a pair of your Cuban heels on. Someone said he had a pair of Cuban heels on. They must have been KUGAN, so I think that gave him an extra few more inches. But even without that, I think Amir's big anyway, and I've been watching 24/7, watching Virgil Hunter, and he said when Amir first comes to camp, he's weighing around 150 or 148, and he's fast and sharp, and then as they're taking the weight off him, he loses a bit of his speed and the power. So if that's going to the case, and Virgil's right what he's saying, it's going to be an interesting night.
So are you actually working for BoxNation?
I'm just doing a bit of media stuff, just a few interviews, getting my face about.
Yep.
But I was here anyway. I was coming to fight anyway, coming on holiday.
Right, now regarding your take on Sean Masha Dodd. What's the story from your point of view about that fight?
Obviously, Eddie contacted my management team, and obviously I'm with Frank Warren as well, and that's why I've got a manager to let him deal with stuff like that. But I was offered a Masha Dodd fight. I'd fight Masha Dodd any day of the week, and everyone knows what I'd do to Masha Dodd. I like Masha. Masha's a great person. Got a lot of respect for him. Got a lot of respect for his team, for Danny and Sean. They're both great fellas. Masha's a great fella. He's got a great family. He's got great support. But come on, boxing's about levels, and I don't know. Without sounding like a knobhead or big-headed, I'd annihilate him and I'd beat him up easy. And do you want to go down that road of fighting fighters like him? I feel like that I'm in a few levels above him. But
so is that the reason why you don't want to take the fight? Because you?
No, I'd take the fight, and I wanted to take the fight. I wanted to take the fight because I was fuming that he offered me the fight, and it's sort of like he's from Birkenhead, I'm from Liverpool, so it's not a derby, but it's we're close. It's like it was v Manchester, and it was a fight that I'd love to take, but obviously it's not happening. I've got other plans, and my manager, I spoke to my manager Daniel, and I've got other plans, and that's all I can say on that.
Okay. So obviously you're not on the June 4th bill.
No, I'm not on June. No, I'm going to fight September. Yes. That's why I fight like myself. I'll fight anyone, anywhere, KUGAN, and any other fighters must be like that. And that's why I have a manager, and that's why I believe I've got the best manager out there, the best trainer out there to pick things for me. And you know, it never happened, and we move on. And
But you're saying you've got other plans, obviously, if that's not till September.
September, I want to fight
So
September.
why couldn't you thought in May?
Because I'm
Obviously, there's stuff that you can't talk about,
yeah,
I'm assuming.
it's politics, and everyone knows I'm a BoxNation fighter. It was on Sky Sports. That's it. That's how we can go. I don't like, no.
Yeah, okay.
I get on
listen.
with both fellas. I get on with, I mean, obviously I'm with Frank, and I'll always be with Frank. For, you know, he's done work ones with my career, so, you know, but I get on with Eddie, so it's one of them things. But I don't think Eddie quite likes me, because for some reason I think he just tries to get me beat all the time. He told me in
You
McCoyle.
went on a Twitter rant once, didn't you?
Yeah, he told me in McCoyle, put me in at Woodhouse. Now he's offering me Masher. He put me on against Collar on his show when we drawed. So, you know, for some reason he's got it in for me. It's either he's got it in for me, or skylight the way I fight, or because I sell a lot of tickets. So it's one of them.
Haven't really spoke to you, obviously, since the defeat to Terry Flanagan. Is that it for you, as in a world title shot?
I hope not. Listen, I've kicked myself. I've kicked myself for days after it. I thought I could have done a bit more in the fight, which I should have done. My camp went brilliant. I had a world-class camp. I had everything, you know, everything what was asked of me in camp I'd done. On fight night, I just couldn't kick on. And whether that was down to I hadn't boxed for a year, I was inactive for the full year, but no excuses. Terry won the fight. He's a great champion, and you know, so fingers crossed now. I'd like maybe another small title or an eliminator, and then put right back in the deep end for, you know, for something big. You know, and then if that doesn't happen, you know, go and pick the British title up, because I'd like to win one outright, or even the European.
But, I mean, obviously, your career has gone back for the last 50 years. You've had about 190 fights. But you're at a sort of stage of your career, I look at you and think, why do you want to go back over sort of old ground, if you like? I know, obviously, you've got unfinished business with things like the European title, for example, but why do you want to go back to it?
I love boxing, and but no, I can see where you're coming from. I mean, I'm at that like level where like, no one will pick me to. Someone might pick me for a voluntary defence, for instance, but then someone might risk, oh well, no, because you can punch a bit. So,
but would it satisfy you to win the British title again?
not now. Maybe in 3 fights time, if in 3 fights time, and I've got nowhere to go, maybe.
But so that's more of a desire for you to keep boxing and.
Yeah, but I want to box at a high level, because the likes of Cardle and all them, I believe, and the people around me believe that I'm streets above them, levels above them, and you know, so you know, let's just go on a bit. Let's get more big fights before we think about them anyway.
But there's so many. I mean, people keep banging.
The lightweight
about
division's
how good
brilliant.
The lightweight division is, but there's so many fights that could have been made over the years, and only a few did get made over the years.
It's like, for instance, if I think Carl's going to win. I think he's going to win convincingly. I think he's going to run away with the fight. I don't really rate Barossa as a world-class fighter. I think he's very flat-footed, and he beat a Kevin Mitchell what was finished in my eyes. So, you know, I think Collar wins the fight. But if he doesn't win the fight, will Collar want to fight me? Is Collar got nowhere to go? Have I got nowhere to go? You know, so that could happen that way. If he wins the fight, I can't see him picking me as a voluntary defence. Can you?
Do you know what? It's a weird one, because obviously he fights Barossa this week, and no one's really contemplated what will happen if he loses. They've only looked to, if he wins, they're sort of looking towards possibly, I don't know, Terry Flanagan or Linares, I don't know.
I seen Eddie do an interview, well, one of your things, IFL, saying that he'd like him to have a defence, maybe against me, maybe against someone else. So, but if he gets beat, then again Flanagan might pick him as a voluntary, so you never know.
So many possibilities.
There's possible, and you've got Luke Campbell coming through, where Collar wins, he might fight Luke Campbell, which is a dangerous fight, a very dangerous fight, I think.
But like I said, we'll have to see what happens on Saturday night. I'm pretty confident, like you, that I think Collar will win.
I think Collar wins. I mean, I've spoke to loads, and I spoke to a couple of fellas on the plane on the way over, and he asked me out, and I said Canelo wins the fight, and he started laughing. He went, "There's no way." And, you know, that's British fans. You know, they should be backing him, like myself, like you, some of the media here. You back your own, and I think Canelo wins the fight.
Certainly hope so.
I hope so. It's brilliant for British boxing, and that's why I hope Amir does as well on Saturday.
How many fights have you had?
50.
50. That was your 50th, wasn't it? How many do you think you're going to have before you retire?
Try and get to 70. What do you reckon? No, about, I reckon 55. Might be done. 55.
You've got another
Yeah.
5 fights in you?
Yeah. It depends. Again, your next fight can always be your last fight. I could, for instance, get offered the world title fight from the next fight. You never know what's around the corner in boxing. Phone could pick up the weekend.
Listen, with your management team, anything's possible.
Anything can happen. That's why you
Or
got.
should we say our management team?
Your management team.
Our
That's why,
management
that's
team.
why I've got. That's why I believe I'm in a great position. I'm in a position where I've got a most probably in British boxing one of the best in the world management team. You look how many fighters they've got, world champions they've got, Beefy, Billy Joe, and another door could open. When one door closes, another one opens. That's always been the way in my career anyway.
Yeah. But listen, you go on as long as you're motivated and you've still got desire. So
Yeah, and as well, I'm one of them fighters where I won't just keep going on. I'm getting beaten and whatever. I'll stop when my manager, my trainer, they tell me I'm done. You know, if I sit down with them and they both say, "Right, we think you're done," I'm done. I'm not one of them fighters who goes, I know too much, I know this, I know that. When they tell me I'm done, I'm done.
if you was to retire today, would
Yeah.
you be satisfied with your career?
Yeah, right, yeah. You know, shitty ass kid from Liverpool, won an ABA title, 10 pro at 18, won 10 titles as a pro. Never won a world title, but
Got an interim title.
got an interim title. Never won a world title. Beat some good fighters. Been beat off world class fighters.
Upset a few fighters as well.
Upset a few. Upset a few on Twitter. So I'd be happy. Yeah. I've met great people. I've met better people as my career's gone on. And you know, so I'll be happy. I'll be more than happy. You know.
But anyway, we're not talking about that because
Happy fuck, no.
you're still searching. So listen, like I said, boxing changes every day and opportunity arises.
You never know, man. I want to go to
every day.
Mayweather's gym tomorrow. I might just start sparring, do someone in. I might go home. Might stay here after TMT.
All right, well listen, unless you've got anything else to add, Derry?
No, that's it. Been sunbathing today.
With me?
Yeah.
No. I haven't seen the light of day.
I've only been out on the sun a few hours of burnt. I feel on fire.
What do you reckon of the new MGM tops?
I know.
They can't see it, but
Smart, that.
all right, isn't it?
I've got my cap with me and my t-shirt, but I didn't know I was doing this interview now, or I'd have had them on.
MGM in the MGM.
That's it. I've got my cap and my t-shirt with me in my room, but I didn't know I was doing this interview, so I can't put it on.
Didn't really tell you.
No. Just said come to the media room, you wanted.
All right. Derry, listen, thanks for talking to us, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you over the next sort of 2 or 3 days.
Sounds.
So go and do whatever you're going to do now.
Well, a few gambles, eh?
Yeah.
Want to gamble? A few games of blackjack.
Come on in, fuck it, let's go.
Elder, you're missing out, lad.
Thank you very much, Derry Mathews.